Do you ever feel guilty, like you just can't get rid of the feeling? Maybe because you did something, or maybe just a feeling of guilt that seems to linger that you can't release. This was a recent question that I got from a client, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to actually release the guilt. Hey everybody, welcome back. Leslie Huddart here. I'm a healer and spiritual guide, and I help empaths, healers, and highly sensitive people release the trauma trapped in their body without years more of therapy through the technical process of understanding your mind-body system, your subtle body at the deepest level. And in this video, we're talking about guilt. This came from a recent question in one of our community gatherings where someone asked, how do I actually get rid of guilt? And the first thing that comes up when we're talking about guilt is we have to differentiate between guilt and shame. I found that these are often things that are being mixed together, and by mixing them together, the mind and our protector system and the parts of ourselves that don't want to go there kind of keep us stuck. So number one is we have to differentiate, is this actually guilt or is it shame? And the number one way to determine whether it's actual guilt or not is, did you actually do something wrong? Now, wrong is not the correct word. A better way to hone in on that is, did I in some way break an agreement with someone else or myself? There is also the small case where perhaps you did something that unintentionally created a situation for someone else. There might be a little bit to feel guilty about, but in this video, I want you to sort of hone in on the parts and the detailed question of, did I actually break an agreement with myself or others? If you did, newsflash, you should feel guilty. That's the definition of guilt. I actually looked it up before this video just to make sure that was true. But feeling guilty of breaking an agreement is an actual natural thing. And what you should do is not try to get rid of that. You should actually use it as a feedback loop to see that you are out of balance. In its highest virtue, guilt is a feedback loop of the universe for showing us that we are out of alignment. And so if we are out of alignment, we should make amends. We should take an action to apologize, to write something that we can write in the best way possible. If that's with someone else, it could be an apology. If it's with ourselves, we can change or make a new commitment to ourselves, forgive ourselves, and move forward. So when an agreement has been broken, there should be guilt, and don't just sit with it, do something about it. Now, that's not so tricky to figure out. The difficult part is if that's not the case, if you haven't actually broken agreement or done something that really deserves guilt because nothing has been trespassed or broken, what's actually coming up is not guilt, but something in the realm of shame and what we call mind errors. These mind errors are mind misconceptions about who and what we really are. This gets a little deeper, and we go deep in our training programs about understanding this and what is your own personal working spiritual hypothesis, what's the mind versus what's the heart. These are deeper topics for this video, but to understand that there are certain aspects and tendencies and habits of all of our minds that are actually sneaky connected to a wounding around our self-worth. So if you are feeling guilty all the time, but you haven't actually done anything wrong, it's actually the cause of shame, a mind error, and some misconception about your worthiness. Deep down underneath, you might not even be conscious. You might hear me saying this and being like, that's not related to self-esteem. I just somehow feel guilty all the time. Well, if you didn't do anything wrong, it's actually sometimes sneaky levels of shame and needs a sort of deeper process to start to uncover where is your mind holding you hostage and where might there be a secret feeling of unworthiness that hasn't yet come to the surface. That needs a deeper subtle body approach. That's what we do. I talk about this in something I call the 50% line and energetic communication. And I often will teach about this when we have a free 5-day training. And there's one of those coming up soon from this video. So I'll make sure to put a link under there, and it's free. And you can kind of go deeper and start to uncover where might I actually be hiding some kind of sneaky mind error or lack of worth that I might not even be aware of. So these are some key differentiators to actually start to get the guilt out of your system by either correcting what's been wrong or actually finding the real source of the guilt, which isn't even guilt at all. I hope this helps you on your inner world journey. You are a soul with a body, and your inner work is what actually creates the quality of your outer world. Thanks for being here. If you know somebody else that could benefit from this video, please send it along. I am on a mission to really help as many people as possible relieve their challenges and suffering through the deep work of subtle body, mind, body, spirit integration. I'm Leslie Huddart. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here with me. I'll see you next time.